Hey friends, what's going on? So this video is a little bit different than the stuff that I normally do with the music, but something I wanted to share because I think it could be valuable for some people. I've been hunting big game in Colorado for about 20 years now, and for about 15 years or so of that, I've been pretty much exclusively using Barnes solid copper bullets. After I had an experience one time where I actually ruined some really nice meat because I was using a copper bullet that just totally fragged, and the lead frags just shinied up the whole tenderloin of this animal. And I was super bummed out, and I'd been trying the Barnes, and after that I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to switch to these. And when they expand, they have been absolutely phenomenal harvesters of game. Super happy with them. It's all I use, like I said, for the last 15 years. And the issue, though, is a lot of people looking at these TSX bullets, which are a hollow point monolithic solid copper bullet. They complain, oh, sometimes they don't expand. Well, I figured it out. And, first thing is, everybody knows, because these are monolithic, you really need speed. And I always use Magnum calibers in, various diameters, but always sticking with the Magnum caliber. So I've got plenty of speed, and, I know what kind of ranges, because I think at really, really long range where the speed is dropping on these, it's going to become an issue, and probably not the best choice for ultra long range hunting. But for a Magnum round, inside 4, maybe 500 yards, it should be able to open up. But I was still having some experiences where, some game that I was shooting, even mostly elk, it was just penciling right through and not expanding. So it's like, all right, what the hell's going on here? Why isn't this hollow point expanding? At the time, I had a really fine set of probes that went down to about 5 thousandths of an inch. And what I determined I had lots of different TSX bullets and different calibers. By probing the hollow point, what I determined is that the inside diameter of this hollow point was highly variable. That's my cat. And oftentimes actually completely pinched closed. So this little 5 thousandths probe just sometimes would just barely go on the tip, sometimes go in a couple millimeters, but rarely on the bullets would it actually drop all the way to the bottom of the cavity. So I said, okay, well, maybe during the forming process, what the issue here is that this hollow point cavity is actually inconsistent and pinched too tight in many cases, not allowing the hydrostatic expansion, when the bullet hits the animal. So I said, okay, well, that's easy. What I did, and that's kind of the point of this video, is I went out and I got myself a bunch of 40 thousandths drill bits, give or take around a millimeter, let's say, if you're metric and not imperial. And ever since then, I've been using these 45 or 40 thousandths drill bits to uniform the hollow point cavity on these monolithic copper bullets. And ever since I've been doing that, I've had perfect expansion every time. It's just been a non-issue. So, if you have the ability to do that to your Barnes bullets, I believe it's going to highly improve your satisfaction and your expansion and your ability to cleanly harvest game. For example, here's a 180 grain TSX that I had drilled out. I pulled this out of the far side hide of a bull elk that I shot at fairly close range. And just beautiful expansion. And, I've got lots of other cases like this where they're just no longer penciling through. So pretty simple process. I'll show you. I'll flip on the drill press, and basically, you can just clear out, you can drop down, you can feel when it hits the bottom of the cavity. And I just go through these bullets, uniform, and then load as per normal. And now I've got a much more consistent bullet. So I'll show you real quick, and then that'll be it. Feel the bottom, drop it out, done. Repeat. Feel the bottom, drop it out, done. And that's how I do it. And now I'm left with Barnes TSX bullets that have a perfectly uniform cavity and expand every time.